So we thought it would be useful to show you what a standard carpentry and joinery endpoint assessment bay needs to look like. So what you can see behind me is your 2.4 by 2.4 bay. It's got a false floor that can be fixed to, and it's got no ceiling. You can see that there's plenty of light getting into that bay. In this case we've got lighting above it, which is absolutely ideal. And the material that it's been built from has got a nice light reflective surface. It's light. If this had been built out of dark plywood, then that would have needed to be painted. And the idea behind that is we're giving our candidate the very best chance to do their best work. We don't want to disadvantage them unnecessarily by making a dark place for them to work in. And we don't want a structure that's moving as they're trying to work as well. You can see this is really, really rigid. It's been really well braced. There's no movement in that whatsoever. So we've got our bay, and we've got a small wall on the front with a door opening, and that's all reusable. So you're going to build that and you're going to use it again and again. For endpoint assessments, you're going to get a lot of use out of them. This door lining, on the other hand, is a one-use item. So this door lining needs to be built by the centre, assembled and fitted for each new EPA. So every candidate gets a new door lining. And what we need to see as we come in on the day of the EPA is this door lining securely fixed with 4 pairs of evenly spaced screws, pre-drilled and countersunk so they're flush or slightly below the surface. We've also got housings for 2 hinges, 75mm hinges, 150 down, 225 up and no centre hinge. So that's already cut out by the centre, ready for the candidate. Everything else is loose, so the head isn't fixed and the latch side isn't fixed. But you can see that it's been nicely braced, so it's not going to be coming apart as the candidate's trying to work on it. So that's our basic setup. In this case, you can't see this, but we've got a row of 4 bays, and these are all clearly in line of sight for the assessor. So that's another important thing to bear in mind. If you're setting up a number of bays, if you want 3 or 4 bays, then they need to be all visible, all in line of sight. You can't build them in back to back or anything like that. Obviously the assessor needs to be able to see the process start to finish. So these are all just in a row. You could go around a corner as long as the assessor can see them all at once. So that's basically it. That's our ideal setup. That's what we're expecting to see when we turn up on the morning of an endpoint assessment.